Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, Sana.
Good morning.
Good morning. And everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Babe Talks, which is all about being bold, authentic, badass, empowered, and mainly empowering. I am Pauline Sawaya, a passionate entrepreneur behind this initiative that I call it's more an invitation for women to be more bold, authentic, badass, empowered, and empowering. And the real thing is it's about being more intellectually attractive rather than sexually attractive as women. So every month we invite an inspiring woman who made it, who challenged and made it to the top and is doing an impact. And I'm very, very happy this month to be hosting Saana Azzam. How are you, Sana?
Oh, I'm very good. I like this concept. It's almost like you summarized my life philosophy. It's great.
Thank you, Sana. Let me introduce you a little bit. Sana is a founder of MENA Speakers, the leading speaker agency in the Middle East. She is as well the founder of tech platform Experts Market, which is a marketplace for experts to offer their expertise. An award-winning economist from Stockholm School of Economics in Sweden, and recently recognized as the 10 most influential business leaders of 2020. Congrats, Sana. Really, 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 it's a very, very, very inspiring mini bio. I know you've done much more than this. And so tell me, Sana, having all this background, having initiated all these initiatives, succeeded, moved from the corporate to become an entrepreneur, what was the major challenge you faced?
Okay, awesome question. Thank you for the lovely intro. Now, I would say I've had a nice mixed bag of plenty of healthy failures and wonderful successes on both sides. And it's not been one of those like I fail and then, oh, boo-hoo, what should I do? It's like I failed, I learned from it. Why didn't it work out? Let's analyze this, assess and not redo it, but do it better. So I've actually been setting up businesses and startups and different ventures since I was about 18.
Wow.
Yes, and we don't include like me working in my parents' shop when I was like a kid. No, just helping them out because I thought it was fun. So yeah, it's been a kind of a nice, interesting journey, and I've essentially been running two parallel careers, exploring the corporate world as a banker for most of my, younger career, and then in parallel exploring ideas of kind of different businesses. And there is a really big difference. There's a really big difference between working there and there. Yeah. Now, having set up my own business, it's definitely like, I think whatever I would have learned over the course of a long corporate career, you cover that in a few years when you set up your own business. Because all of a sudden you are the, finance manager, marketing manager, sales, the coffee girl, the meeting booker, the admin, operations, everything. True. And so it pushed me to my absolute limits. And that's in a sense been wonderful because growth. Every year you're like something new is happening. And sometimes every day you're learning something new. Well, you have a sense of psychological safety if you're in a corporate career. You know your salary is coming. You know you can depend on a big organization that will support you. When you're your own, then it's really, it's challenging from that regard. You don't know if you can pay salaries. You don't know if you can, if you're growing, if the business is going to be successful or not. You just keep betting on yourself all the time. And especially in this part of the world, like visibility, planning in the Middle East just doesn't happen, which is both good and bad. So I remember like a few years ago, when I had just set up the business, I thought, oh my God, khalas, game over. Like, I'm just not getting the cash in that offsets my expenses. And then in one deal, like just when you're on the edge, that one deal just falls from the sky and you're like, oh,
Wow.
this is happening. So we've had quite a few of these scenarios happen, and especially now with COVID as well. We did have some cash flow issues where some clients were not paying and using COVID as an excuse. So 29th of May, 2020 is a big day for me, because we're going on 5 years in the business. And for the first time, I'm finding myself not really like having cash flow issues. Like, how am I going to pay the staff? What am I going to do? So combine that with first a breakdown, crying, and get it all out, do the pity party, and then khalas, you have to make it. It's like a make or break situation. Yeah, so it took us about 48 hours to turn that whole story around, and thank God that it did. Yeah.
Definitely inspiring. It's really challenging. And also, Sana, effectively now in the corporate world, it's not as secure as it was before. And we all know that people are losing their jobs because sometimes businesses are unable to sustain anymore. So it's not as secure as before. And also, as you said, some clients are like using COVID as an excuse all the time. And some people laying off their staff and using COVID, regardless if they're sustaining themselves, which is quite unfortunate. And this is why, as an entrepreneur, you own the game, and you push through all the time. And I can see from what you said that you did overcome a lot of challenges. What was the main thing that made you overcome all these challenges? Something that really, this is it, Sana. This is it.
Yeah. I get you. I think, so I don't want to glamorize anything and be like, it was a sign from above or anything. No, it's not. Somebody once asked me, I was actually in an interview for Vital Voices. It's a fellowship.
Yeah.
And the person interviewing me asks me, what do you think leadership is? And, I was remembering my management classes and all the lectures and everything. And I really wanted to give like a very wow sort of an answer. But all I could think of when I was speaking my truth was, I think leadership is being able to pay your staff's salaries on time and giving them that psychological safety.
Oh my God, yes.
And so, and there was a part of me like saying, no, but it should be more, and vision and mission and that. But that's really what I think. And it's become even more center than ever, because I wanted them, before anything else, to feel like we got this, we're a team, they can breathe, they can work with that safety. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes for them. And then, because when I say that, they're the people that help me serve our greater community.
Yes.
So I have to put them center front, and then we together put our community center front. The nature of our business is to help others. Yeah. And we do that by training people, by giving them motivational speakers, by giving them advisors that can provide solutions. So it's just like a chain, it's a ripple effect. So I need to be solid for them, and they can be solid for the rest of the community.
Definitely. You said the magic word, solid. Solid for them so they can be solid for you as well, which is really impressive. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Did you, I come from background of coaching as well, and I really believe in the power of coaching and mentorship. Mm-hmm. Did you, through your journey, have any mentor or coach?
So how many people can I say thank you to? I always, at all times, have somebody that I can bounce off ideas with at all times. And sometimes that's been a friendship, somebody that is in the business world. Sometimes it's somebody that I can pick up the phone and that is an advisor. I'm quite in a blessed position, and I've created this myself to be able to deal with experts. So if I have problems in sales, I can reach out to a salesperson, sales coach, sales trainer, and be like, what should I do? But I've also absolutely had therapists, life coaches, shamans, advisors, counselors, just the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. Absolutely. My fundamental belief is that two brains are always going to be better than one brain at all times. So two people's thinking, or even three or four, or what have you, will always be able to accelerate your wherever you are quicker. And this becomes, I'm not saying that you're not capable of doing it. You might be as an individual. I might be as an individual. It's just the speed.
Yes.
How quickly I want that result. And so if you're growth oriented like myself, and I like things done, I live urgently. I love urgently. And so when you do that, you want things to be in harmony and a state of flow very quickly. And so that's why I depend and get help from a lot of people around me that make sure that we can rise together.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's lonely being an entrepreneur. And yesterday I was having a discussion with, if you don't count on these like sounding boards, friends, the coaches, mentors, this circle of trust, then it's really lonely. And this is crucial. And some entrepreneurs think they need to do it on their own. It's me and you said also another important thing, like, even if you know how to do it and when to do it, you need this extra, and it's very important. Definitely. Sana, another thing, I know you've done a lot of bold moves. What's the boldest one you've done?
Yeah, I have plenty of bold moves, I would say. I think I live courageously and I live boldly. Those are definitely characteristics that aligns with what we want here, or what I want to do in life. I think my first very clear one when you asked me that question was 5 years ago. I had attended my first ever in life coaching course, first ever. I actually thought it was a leadership program. It was one of those I signed on quickly. I knew I wanted these sort of things. So I attended, and it turns out it's an NLP life coaching course. That was the other language that we could have used instead of calling it leadership, but it's also some form of self-leadership. Okay, so I attended that for 10 days. Beautiful, a lot of fun, interesting, mostly interesting, actually. And one of the exercises that we did there was, can you list your values? Okay, I list my values, quickly. And then the next question was, in where you are right now, so in your job, how close are you to living your values? Put a percentage. So I'm going, okay, 20%, 30%, 20%, 30%. And then I'm looking at it and I'm going, what? What is going on? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when I had my first wake up call, where I was just like, the numbers are not the type of numbers I want to live with. I want to live in the range of 70 and above minimum.
Yeah.
So once you learn that, you can't unlearn that. I left that coaching course and I was like, okay, something's not adding up. And I couldn't stand being at the job anymore. And I said, just pretty much on the spot, I went and looked over at my boss and I was like, hey, can we talk? He's like, yeah, sure. What is it? So I gotta go. It's like, why? Because I'm not honoring my values. I'm just not in the right place. I'm doing good. I'm happy here in a sense, but this is just not my place. And he went, well, is there anything I can offer you? So now he's trying to like negotiate here. Yeah. I was like, what? A higher salary? That's not gonna cut it, And if you're a banker, you're already doing quite nicely. So he went, okay, no problems. So that's when I kind of left on the spot. And when you leave, you're like, woo, I'm free. And I'm like, I can breathe. Yay.
You feel a weight off your shoulder.
Yeah, you're like, I'm living my truth. Amazing. And then you sleep and wake up the next day, and then you're like, wait. Like, whoa. What have I done? Oh my God. Sort of a thing. So that's when I very quickly went back to that document and said, how can I have these numbers look much higher? Yeah. And I essentially set up MENA Speakers on the basis of these values. And they completely reflect and mirror these values. We are all about doing well for our community, helping others, helping ourselves by helping others, essentially, doing good by doing well. Yeah, so that I would say was bold.
It was bold indeed. It was really bold, really. And people they underestimate the value of their values, Value
Oh,
of values is a very strong thing. People underestimate the value of their values. And you've seen when you're not honoring your values, even if you're successful, you can't continue. You reach to a point, enough is enough, and I've got to move and honor my values. Well done, thumbs up for this. Enlightening experience with the values. It's really nice. Throughout this journey, how did you empower yourself? Because you're working, you're on the move nonstop, making impact, trying new things, juggling so many hats. How did you empower yourself?
nice. So I think that motivation, so to speak, has had very much an evolution throughout the years, and it keeps changing depending on where I am in life. In the beginning, it was a survival game.
Yeah.
Just stay afloat, make money, pay the bills, just survive. And then at some point, once you're past that, it starts becoming a self-fulfillment game. Wow, new heights, explore, learn, grow, yes, get a team, become a good leader, sort of a thing. And now I think it's a combination. One of my biggest drivers at the moment is actually my daughter. She is 14 months old.
God bless her.
And thank you. And I used to live urgently before, but I think this has really accelerated my desire to do good, do as much good and do it urgently. And really, I hope somehow, as cliche as this may sound, but it truly does, motivate me. I do hope that I do leave this world a bit better for her in some shape or form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cliche. It's, I think, beautiful.
Yeah, but it sits here, when I say that, I just, my heart, it aches. So then I know, okay, this is my truth. Like, this is really what drives me.
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. Now we've come close to the end of our talk, which really is empowering, and I'm really enjoying it, and I wish it could last for hours. What is one badass advice or action point that you would like to give listeners? If they follow it, they will achieve something that you really believe in and is powerful. And it's not about, do this and you will get $1 million tomorrow. We all know that this doesn't work, but something that you think is a game changer.
Interesting. Okay, interesting. Oof, it's such a profound question. So here's what I use as a nice tool. We make a lot of decisions, and I think even more so if you're running your own business or a solopreneur. Actually, we all just make a lot of decisions in a day. And sometimes you're just at that crossroad. What do I do? What's my best strategy? Do I move here, that? And so I find a hack that really works for me is that I have my board of life, like the board members of my life. I'm sure you've heard this before, Pauline, and I heard this in one of these conversations somewhere. And so I look at this board of life, and there you have my husband, you have my mother, you have my best friend, you have my daughter, who's 14 months old, but she's sitting at the board.
Definitely she is.
and you have like my mentors, and then these key people that have influenced my life. And then I run the idea by them and just look at things from their perspective. And so many times I find that this is a repeat thing that comes up. I would rather have a slow 20 than a quick 50. I would rather do something that is in alignment with my values. It's ethical. I can sleep well at night. It's just what I love. Than to do something where I go, nah, like not really. So my board helps me out here to stay focused, stay on track, stay in alignment with my values, but they also support me. So sometimes we have that conversation where they're like, you got this, you're good.
And you got this, and this is guaranteed.
There you go.
Interesting. I think it's a very interesting idea, and not many people know about this. Not many, definitely. We're coming close to the end of this, Saana, and I would love you to I don't know, add anything you would like to add in the end for our listeners. So anything you would like to add before we close this amazing talk?
Oh, I wish I had more time. I mean, I think it's lovely to talk to you, Pauline. It's just mega relaxed. I love that. I think, honor the truth that this is not a dress rehearsal. This is your only life, the one life. This is not the time to be succumbing to the ideas of what others want, the notion of aib, the notion of this is wrong, the notion of I need to appease this person or that person. This is your life. Live it urgently, live it independently, live it for yourself. And I think if that's my one takeaway, like care less, just care less about what other people think and care more about what you think.
Just be a badass.
Exactly. I love it, Pauline. Exactly.
Sometimes we really need to be like that, really, really, and be bold, authentic, badass, empowered, and really empower others, because this is beautiful. This is really beautiful when we're trying to share some lessons learned for people to get inspired by. So thank you again, Saana. I will be sharing as well the social media handles of Saana as well in on YouTube and on LinkedIn. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and we will do our best to answer them. Thank you, Saana, again. You are an amazing babe, bold, authentic, badass, empowered, and really empowering. And to our next one soon. Have a lovely everyday.
Thank you.